Hi, and welcome to the Sportsman Show. I am your host, Joe Musel, along with my good other friend, host, Coachy. Go
Hi,
ahead, Coachy.
everybody.
Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
everybody. It's January 16th. Yeah, I know. We were supposed to have done a show on Friday night, but I just had too much running around going on after work, and I didn't get home until late enough with the car because I wanted to thank, unfortunately, Geico had too much going on, and they hung up on the car dealer. So
Yeah, they hung up on the car deal. How'd they hang up on the car dealership?
I guess it just disconnected, and they were like, you know what, the heck with it, just get your cards and get out of here. They knew I was getting antsy a little bit. I was like, and it wasn't my fault that I had to sit there at the dealership. I had to wait for the cards to be printed off because it's a new car and everything. So,
Yep.
but the car is very nice. It is a smaller Rogue, but you know what? At least it's got more gas mileage on it. So.
Yeah.
And I don't have to pay for 2 months, so I don't have to do another payment till March.
Okay.
So I'm happy.
Are you leasing that one too, or?
The lease. Yep. This is my 4th car I'm leasing.
Okay.
So it's better to, sometimes I know a lot of people have different opinions. It's better to buy the car than the lease. I prefer the lease because it is cheaper.
Well, it is cheaper. You get up in a Nissan, you get free oil changes and stuff. You get a good warranty and stuff, and you don't have to deal with the problems of a older vehicle that
I've done that before. Been there, done that.
So
it's not just us guys; it's everybody that has that. It can happen.
Yeah. Well, I just got a vehicle from Nissan too about a month ago. So
see, the friends of mine in the Nissan family just let it keep rolling. So
yeah, I know they're good. They're like the plugs that we're giving them right now.
Yeah,
but
yeah, at least we're not electrical. At least we run by gas. We don't run by plug.
Yeah, yeah. No,
but don't worry. Some car models do have that. So
yep, some do.
So.
But
anyway,
all right. You want to start with the football?
Yeah, I'm going to start with the NFL, and I'm going to start on this one. As you all recall, Week 17, the Philadelphia Eagles were playing the Washington football team. The Washington football team needed to win that game in order to win the division. Yep. Otherwise, the Giants would have won. But instead, this is what, and we both talked about no, did we talk about this last week?
No, we didn't. We didn't get it.
Okay, this is the time. Doug Peterson, Jalen Hurts was playing okay in that game. He was at least keeping it close. But the mistake was in the 4th quarter. Why are you bringing another quarterback in a close game? So then he comes out and says, it's giving the best chance to win. The Philadelphia players did not agree with that one, and a few of them were going up to the coach for that game, and then I guess the head coach said, this is my team. I'm the head coach. I'm going what's best. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's almost like you took a trip to the principal's office by the owner, and instead of having your job being saved, you're now out.
Yeah, he got tossed out. He got called into the office, and they told him, you're no more.
Yeah, well, you know what? That because there was no need for that to happen.
No, I know. Giants head coach was pretty, upset about it. That
more than Joe Judge, who was some of the players on that team went to their Twitter account and said, "Oh, well, we threw the game away."
Yeah.
Well, there was no need for it.
But
there absolutely didn't need to that happen. And now he said, I've already read he's going to take a year off from coaching. So, yeah, he's got to get his mind. He's got to get his head clear right now.
Yeah, and the Giants have some beef about this, but if you have to win your games, you can't rely on another team to put you in the playoffs. You can't rely on that. You had a 6-10 season, and
Washington finished 7-9.
Yeah, I mean that's not a great season anyway. So you got some gripe, but you don't have too much. You don't have too much.
No, you don't. And then at the end of the game too, I don't know how many people. Looks like there was a couple Eagles players were supporting the coach in the decision. Like, you're really not.
Yeah, you really not.
Because now, where does Carson Wentz go from here? Now you feel bad for this guy. Yes, he's been injured a couple times. Yes, he didn't get to play in the Super Bowl. Um, maybe Nick Folk should have not have been released by Philadelphia, and maybe we would not have had this problem.
Maybe, but um, you got to choose. I mean, he does have a really big contract, to take on and stuff. I don't know if you're going to be able to trade him or
No,
even.
not for that much money. Well, no, actually, one team might. You never know.
Well, it may be Patriots have room for Carson
Yup.
Wentz.
Yeah, but now you can add Houston to that list too. Now
Yeah, you can add Houston. Yeah,
we will talk about in a minute,
minute.
but
Yep, but
um, I don't know. Right now, the Eagles situation is a little bit of a mess. And I already heard Zach Ertz may not be back anyway.
yeah. So
So Jeffrey Lurie has a lot of things to do, and we'll see where this leads up to after. And this is after Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. It's been 3 years now,
yeah,
right?
it's been 3 years. Yep.
Yeah, 3 years, and and he winds up having Wentz getting hurt, and Folk takes him to the playoffs. So, Wentz is in a sticky situation right now too.
Yeah, Wentz is. He's. I mean, he's not going to get playing time in Philly. He's not going to get the starting job.
Well, it depends on who the coach is too. They may give him another chance.
They may, but
You know.
in my opinion, I think he would probably want a new situation.
Yup.
Start fresh,
Yup.
start new.
Before we talk about the Houston situation, there were a couple new head coaches that were named. I believe we're now up to 3, because I think this one's a done deal this morning. Robert Saleh was named the head coach of the New York Jets, a 5-year deal. That's a little risky. I would have said 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Sam Darnold. It's all about Sam Darnold in New York right now. If he doesn't pan out and start working, that's pretty much your head
Yup.
coaching job.
Because
Yeah.
Slay's a defensive coach. He's not an offensive minded. So he's going to call the plays on defense. From what I understand for the offensive coordinator, he's bringing that with him to San Francisco because Kyle Shanahan calls the plays anyway
Yeah.
for
Yep.
San Fran. So it's the right move for him to come along right now. But the Jets have a lot of work to do. No doubt about it still. They got to
No.
fix this mess.
Yeah, they got to get some stability. Every 3 or 4 years, getting a new head coach, new quarterback. It's you need that stability. You need
Yep.
that in the NFL.
Absolutely. Then there was Urban Meyer. That's a risk.
Yep,
Jacksonville, of course.
that's
You're coming
Jacksonville.
from college to the pro level. How often does it work? It
Not
depends.
Pete Carroll's the only one still working really well.
Mm-hmm. Yup, because Nick Saban tried it with the Miami Dolphins for a couple years.
That
It didn't work out for the best, and that's why he went back to college.
Yep.
Steve Spurrier actually he was the last one to survive more than 1 year.
Yeah.
He survived for a couple of years with Washington. He actually made the playoffs 1 year, I think.
Yeah, he did. He
He had a successful playoff.
He did the whole Robin Griffin thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
Robert Griffin III, where his leg was dangling by a thread.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
And that, yeah. So in that playoff game.
Yeah, it didn't do too well. And we have a college coach now in the pros for the Carolina Panthers, 1 year in. Not the best situation, and don't feeling confident about Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know.
Yeah,
but remember McCaffrey. How do you feel about him now since he missed a lot of time this past year?
Yep, you're gonna have to figure out the quarterback situation in Carolina. But see what college coaches have in the college level is the ability to pick their own players. That's the biggest ability and privilege that you can go out and just pick some 5-star recruits and stuff. You can just pick and choose. I mean, in the NFL, you're not doing that. you're not picking and choosing. You are in the draft a little bit, but you're drafting these players and then you're trading for some or you're signing free agencies and stuff. And it's hard to put talent, I mean, on your football team every year and stuff. I mean, Urban Myers is going to have a pretty good game plan. Does he select Trevor Lawrence? Does he
Yeah.
not?
Oh, yeah. I bet he will.
But if he does that and Jacksonville builds up the offensive line and probably selects a running back in the draft, maybe they
Yeah, I think for a number 2 position, James Robinson is clear-cut number 1 right now. So they solidified that position,
yeah.
at least for one. And they have solidified the wide receivers. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. They pretty much know what they did this year, which I think they were decent during the 15-game losing streak. But don't touch the receivers. I think they're going to be all right there. It's going to come down to defense. But, however, they said Meyer is not going to get involved with the coordinators. He's going to let the coordinators do all that because, remember, he does have a health problem.
Yeah, he does. And
so that's why he left Ohio State.
Yeah. So we'll see what he can do. It's iffy.
Yep.
It's iffy.
Yeah, it's iffy, but we'll see what this owner does. Jacksonville does have a lot of cap space, so they can play.
Yep.
This morning, but this has been going around for about a week, but now it's starting to really come out. Deshaun Watson wants out of Houston because they made a decision about who the next general manager is without telling him. They basically went behind his back.
Yeah. I mean, this falls under the players. Do they really need all that control on who's being selected?
No.
As the general manager. I mean,
no.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, TJ Watt came out and he really did a nice speech about how Houston's season wasn't really going well and stuff, and and how, I mean, he's a good defensive player and a great a teammate, but he's starting to get tired of losing and stuff.
Yeah, and I think he's a free agent too, so he might be leaving also.
I don't think he is a free agent. I think he's got a couple of years or something.
A couple years left? Okay, because if eventually he leaves, he's probably going to Pittsburgh to join his brother eventually.
Probably.
And his other brother, because there's 2 of them on that team. So, but you feel bad for JJ right now. I mean, he's done so much for the community and everything, and bad luck he gets hurt. But this year he's actually healthy, but he will, and I'm glad, and that's why he's a captain, Joe. He knows what he needs to say, and he has to say it the right way without letting the media blow it up to proportion.
Well, he did go off on his teammates.
Yeah,
he did go off, but he did it the right. Yeah, he did. He went off on the right way. He didn't really drag anybody through the mud or anything. He just wanted more effort. And
he didn't call out any names.
No, he didn't. Yep. So
they know, and unfortunately, you lose Bill O'Brien. Then you bring along our ex-Patriots defensive coordinator. He tried his best too, but Romeo Crennel, it's not a fit for him over there.
No, it's not.
So I think they got to start from scratch there too, and there are still some coaches out there. So, but enough about that. We have some the round of 8 now starts tonight.
Round of 8. Do you want to go through the first round?
I'll go through the first round, who's and why they're playing each other. First one is Baltimore at Buffalo. How did they both get here?
Yeah.
The Buffalo Bills played an Indianapolis Colts team where the head coach Frank Reich got really risky during the entire game. He gambled.
He gambled a lot. He the 4th down plays, the not kicking the field goals.
I think 4th down he went for it. What was it? 4 times in the game he did it.
Yeah, he did. He did. About 4, I think.
4.
But,
and thank goodness the Colts didn't lose on a controversial play. Thank goodness that wasn't talked about. When Zach Pascal had the ball, he made a move, and then they said at first it wasn't a fumble. Then they said yes, and then they had to go look at
Look
it.
at it, and
And actually,
yep.
they said he was down by contact, but I don't know about that. But it didn't affect the outcome of the game, thank goodness.
No, it didn't.
Or we would have been hearing about that. But I will tell you, the officials in the entire first round weren't very good, except maybe Cleveland, Pittsburgh. That was it.
Well, Cleveland and Pittsburgh, we'll talk about that a
That's
little
coming
bit.
up. But that was the only game that was officiated actually well compared to the others. Baltimore, it was a revenge win for them against Tennessee in the playoffs. They could care less if they lost to Tennessee in the regular season at that point.
Lamar Jackson played like a champion. You know, he played well. He kept his cool, down by 10. He kept his team involved, and
but no need
leadership.
But no need for Baltimore to go on the Titans logo and stomp on it after they.
I know.
No need to.
That was a little bit payback from which they did in the regular season to him. So,
but Lamar Jackson too wasn't happy. He didn't shake hands with the other members either when the game was over. He ran right in the locker room. He told the other team members, "Don't shake their hands." Like, oh brother.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You know, and Derrick Henry looked so aggravated.
Yeah.
The problem was his offensive line didn't help him either. He just kept on going to the right area, and Baltimore plugged with the holes.
Yeah, I know. He ran for only like 50 yards on 18 attempts.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even look like his regular self. So.
No. And then, of course, the offensive coordinator for Tennessee moved on to Atlanta, so he's already been named the coach. And, of course, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills cannot leave until Buffalo's season's over.
Yep, true.
So, and he's already the favorite to go lead the way with another team. I think it's Detroit, actually. But he can't right now.
He can't go anywhere
over there until the season's over.
Yep.
So, but at least if you're going to be patient, wait till the season's over, then you can go ahead and take the job. And Detroit did that with Patricia too. When the Patriots were in the Super Bowl, they were like, "We're not naming a coach until the Super Bowl's over."
Yeah.
So that's how it goes for that. Then the third game, Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, where were you in the first half?
Yeah. Where were you the whole game? I mean,
no, second half they were better, but Cleveland had an answer every time Pittsburgh scored. That was the key for
they had the answer, and Cleveland played prevent defense in the whole second half. I mean,
but you know what? When you lead a 35-10 score at halftime and Pittsburgh scored like that, that was smart for Cleveland to answer in a hurry. There was no doubt about it, because you know when you're up 35-10, you're on the road, you can have leadway to give up a touchdown or two like that, and you know
that's why they were in the prevent defense. That's why their defense just was always in prevent defense the whole second half.
But it changed. But it changed quick after they scored. It's like Cleveland answered twice on Pittsburgh's score.
Yeah,
really,
on turnovers,
good.
They turned the ball over 5 times.
When Roethlisberger threw the ball over 60 times, no good.
Yeah, no good at all. He got most of his 400 yards were in garbage time. So, I mean, is he done?
No. He needs a running game. He needs a running game.
He needs a running game, but I think in the next year or so, or something like that, he's done.
This will determine next year where Pittsburgh goes from here. If it goes the same route, then we will be talking about, is this it for Roethlisberger?
Yeah, but Roethlisberger isn't really a great athlete. You know, he's good, but I mean, he doesn't train like Brady. He doesn't do the massages. He doesn't do the eating well. He doesn't do these things. So, I mean, your body is needed for football. It's totally needs it. And if that's not in good shape, I mean, the older you are, the more punishment you're not going to be able to take. So, I mean, I think he's done. I mean, Pittsburgh, if you're looking for the same type of season for Roethlisberger,
Yup.
You need to move off of him now. You just it, it's over. You just need to move on and quickly, so you can get another quarterback. So you can line up your draft a lot better. Start picking a better team.
Yup.
I think he's done.
Well, I'm
Sorry to
saying one
say.
more. I'm saying one more year with him, and then it'll probably be time to move on.
Yeah, but
I
if
think
he,
he's only got 1 year left on his contract anyway.
yeah, um,
I would think just let him play out this year, and if it starts to get bad, then you know what? Goodbye.
yeah,
See you
but
later. So, then the NFC. Washington. That game was actually kept close for
yeah,
the
it was
entire.
competitive. It was competitive.
Brady got off to a good start. Then he cooled off a little bit. Um,
Yep,
Tyler Heineke started that game. He actually got hurt too. They almost put in the other QB, but he wound up finishing it.
yep.
You know, Tampa Bay, yeah, you fared well against Washington. But how are you gonna? But now you're playing New Orleans for the third time. What
Yeah,
are you going to do this time? Are you gonna hopefully forget about those 2 losses you had, and you're gonna win when it's more important? This is going to be interesting. It
it
is
is.
advantage Brady over Breeze though, because Brady has more accuracy than Breeze right now.
He does. But I think Brees has more weapons at his
Mm-hmm.
disposal than Brady does.
Yup. Yup.
And the past 2 games, they were both blowouts. They were both. I mean, that was the week 1 opener.
Yeah, and then the Sunday night national TV game where it
and
was
that
like,
was
wow, Tampa, where did you go?
yeah. What happened to Tampa? I think it was 35-10 or something like that,
Yup, it
if I
was.
remember correctly. And
Nobody showed up.
the other one wasn't any better.
Nope.
What are you gonna do differently? I mean, the defense for the Saints are still intact. Everybody's healthy.
Yup.
I
But
mean,
they brought up a point about, is this Drew Brees? Could this be his last game?
it could be Drew Brees' last run. Um, I, I
I
mean,
guess the injury's getting worse.
yeah, the pain. NFL players want to play all the time. Any athlete wants to play all the time. It's the body that stops them.
Yup.
It's not the mindset. It's the body that gets beaten up. And Drew Brees has been, beaten up a little bit lately and stuff. He's taken more sacks. He's taken a little bit more hits, and he's had a decent career and stuff. There's no
He's
shame
won a
in it.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's no shame in his career.
No, there is no shame whatsoever.
And
I just got a feeling with that lung that he has for his problem.
yeah,
How much more pain can he take?
I mean, and the Saints are pretty well good in the quarterback area, where if Breeze leaves, they won't feel as much. I forgot the backup for Breeze.
Jameson Winston, and then you have
Taysom Hill. He comes in and does a very good job when Breeze
He's
can't
banged
play.
up right now too. He has a knee injury. I saw. So, and they've already said New Orleans might extend the contract to Jameis Winston as well. But remember, Winston's an interception kind of a guy.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So, the other games, let's see, which one?
Los
Seattle
Angeles
and the Rams.
Rams. The upset.
Yeah, no, Seattle had nothing whatsoever. And remember, the Rams were starting Wolford at quarterback. Unfortunately, I'm glad he's doing better, even though he had to get sent to the hospital for a possible neck injury. Goff just comes in. He gets it done, but now you got a problem for at Green Bay. Cooper Kupp hasn't practiced one day this week, and he's still a game-time call.
Yeah, he still is, but the Seattle game. Seattle, only thing they have is Russell Wilson, and
they got Lockett and Metcalf, but the rest of the way, game.
Russell Wilson has to get them the ball, and in the wide receivers when he got sacked. Aaron Donald really owned the offensive
Yeah,
line.
but he got hurt too. But I believe he's playing this afternoon.
Yeah, his ribs got hurt a little bit, I think.
Yeah, but they took
But
him out once the game was out of reach.
yeah, and yeah, I mean, Russell Wilson's a great quarterback, but he can carry somewhat of a franchise, but he can't carry that much.
No.
I
And
mean,
unfortunately, they did, and Seattle did got rid of their offensive coordinator too a
yeah,
couple days later. So
um,
that's too bad, but that's the way it'll work.
yeah,
But now of course, where does Seattle go into next season? How's it going to look now? Hopefully, this will get fixed, and we'll see how it goes in the long run for them coming up.
but yeah, long run they need in the draft they need the offensive linemen. They need a couple new fresh offensive linemen, maybe a couple defensive stoppers too.
Yep.
But if they fix that and protect Russell Wilson a lot better than they
Yep.
did, they're still a contender in the playoffs. So
Yep.
long as you got Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and then Chicago, New Orleans to cap it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. New Orleans, it wasn't off to a pretty start for both teams, though, either.
No.
You don't have to worry about that. The people, and yes, by the way, I did watch about 5 minutes of the game on Nickelodeon just to see how it would look like. And apparently you got slimed if you got in the end zone, but
Yeah.
that was a cartoon drawing. But I thought it was okay. It was decent, but you will not want to see that for a different sport probably for a little while. But
Yeah.
at least they had the opportunity. But overall, New Orleans did okay, but they really played very conservative against the Bears. The Bears had a great moment, unfortunately, even though time expired and the game was out of reach, when Jimmy Graham made that one-handed grab in the end zone. I said, that's a great grab. That's the way to end your season. But
that may end his career.
yeah, well, but he was okay, actually. He didn't get hurt.
Yeah. He didn't get hurt, but
and Adam Gase is going to come back. Their defensive coordinator, Chuck Pagano, retired. He finally had enough was enough. I'm like, yeah, well, you should. Unfortunately, you did have to battle cancer once when you were a coach of Indianapolis. So, so I would say overall, like I said, the officiating, it wasn't the prettiest, but hopefully they will fix these games. And remember, though, the new officiating crews do change up. You don't have the regular crew during the regular season.
Well, I think they have the best of the best play in the playoffs. Do the playoff games. So
right, and then of course now Cleveland playing Kansas City. How is that going to look for them? Kansas City has no Sammy Watkins, and Hilaire's a game time call for this afternoon. So I think Cleveland, if they can go in there and get off to a quick start, and
well, you're not going to
belly up Mahomes, you can win.
You can win, but you're not going to get the turnovers like you got in Pittsburgh.
No.
From Mahomes. He's not going to turn the ball over. Cleveland's best bet to win is run it 25 to 30 times and have Mayfield throw it about 30 times. If you can keep it even and balance on that offense and keep Patrick Mahomes on that sideline, you got a chance to win. You got a chance to win.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're a 10-point underdog to Kansas City. But
that's not bad, though. I would think it was going to be a lot more than that.
That's not bad.
I think after the way it went, I thought it would jump to 13 or 14 points. Nope. I don't think so.
Nope. 10 points isn't too bad, but
10 isn't too bad. So you could take them and you could put them as an underdog and take the spread.
Yeah, you could.
If you think the points are within that range.
Yep.
So, so I'm very, very happy and see how round 2 plays with the round of 8 starting this afternoon. Of course, so it's a killer that Sunday. Their second, you have to play at 3. You have to wait till 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock.
Yep.
For this.
Yeah.
So,
there's usually always an upset that's going to happen
At
in the
least
divisional
one.
round.
At
Yeah,
least one.
at least one upset. So where do you see an upset probably happening?
If anything, I'm gonna say Baltimore and Buffalo because Lamar Jackson's never played in the snow before.
He's never played in the snow, but uh, Josh Allen has a couple years in the snow, but
Right.
he's never played this far in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Baltimore. I think Baltimore can knock off Buffalo out of any of the four. Green Bay. If Cooper Kupp doesn't play, then I think Green Bay is going to have. It's not going to be a walk in the park, but they'll win.
yeah,
New Orleans. I say they beat Tampa by a touchdown. I'll give them win by 6. I'll give them 3.
yeah.
I'm thinking, and then Cleveland, Kansas City. I will say Kansas City, but Cleveland's going to cover the spread.
You mean yeah? I think by 7 they'll lose by.
I think they'll cover the spread. Kansas
Yeah.
City will win, but I think Cleveland will cover the spread. So, all right, that takes care of football. We spent half the show on that.
Yeah, we usually do.
You want to? Yeah, go ahead. I will not say anything for the next 2 minutes. The show is yours about the NBA and the spiking before I go to hockey. So you're up.
All right. Good news. The Boston Celtics actually played a game last night. They actually had They had more than 8 players to go and play a game. I mean, it's difficult to keep not spiking like this. It's very difficult. It's not easily. I mean, yes, you only have like 18 players on a roster, but you have coaches, you have everybody else, and you got players wanting family around, and you want other people in the stands and stuff. But yeah, we're going to see a lot more postponed games and stuff in the NBA because it is spiking a lot. But hopefully it doesn't fully ruin the season and we have to cancel the season. One thing about all these players spiking and testing positive, we haven't had a player or anybody truly go into the hospital yet. I think if, even throughout the whole sports world, we haven't seen a player go into the hospital yet for COVID or stuff. They've gotten better, they gotten treatment, and they haven't. I think that would cancel sports. If you see a player go into the hospital with breathing problems and something like that, and it gets worse, then I think the sport would stop itself. But as long as that doesn't happen, I say it will postpone some games. You're not going to see a full if like the Boston Celtics situation, you only have 5 players to play, and you got to wait 2 weeks or a couple weeks. You're going to see that happen because it's hard to control. I mean, they're doing all they can, but it's hard. It's hard to control all those people. So that's my thought on it.
All right. The Brooklyn Nets. This team I like to hear about a lot. They're beginning to start acting like, we have a bunch of all-stars who can get their contracts paid, especially when Harden just got traded to Brooklyn this week.
Yeah, he did.
But he can't play yet until everybody else has passed their physicals, from what I heard.
Well, he's got to wait until it was a 4-team trade.
He passed his physical.
It's
everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else has to pass the physical, get physicals and stuff like that. But does this make the Nets any better? I mean,
I'm going to say no, because I think you got 4 players on the team. I think we're going to go down to individual stats. Kevin Durant is really the only player who's a team player right now out of anybody else. I think the others like Irving. Oh no, right now this has got to stop for him. He hasn't played in 8 games. He's already lost over almost $800,000, especially for what stupidity he did.
Yep. Going to parties, going to
a party for his sister, 20 people. Not good. NBA wasn't too happy with him.
Nope.
And now you bring Harden in there, and I just hope that they get this fixed because Steve Nash doesn't need to have this as a first-year head coach, and he has no head coaching experience.
I know. He has all the basketball experience in the world for a player's point of view, but to have the weight on his shoulders, I feel for the guy. I mean,
I feel bad for him.
Yeah,
I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I do. And he's got a whole bunch of players that pretty much he has to tippy-toe around and really can't really coach. It's not like Brad Stevens in Boston where he can tell Jason Tatum something and Jason Tatum's going to listen. If Steve Nash tells James Harden to do something, is he really going to listen to him? Or he's just going to go out there and grab the ball and chuck it in the net or chuck it out of bounds or something? But it's a very hard situation when you don't have the players listening to you. That's my problem. How are you going to control a team where you have divas on it and you have –
yeah, absolutely.
Yep. How are you going to do that? I feel for the guy. I feel for him a lot. I mean, they're right now, I believe they're at 500.
6-6, right?
Yeah, they're 6-6, 7-7 or something like that. But if they do not make the playoffs, you're going to probably see them gone in the first year.
And that won't be fair to him.
No, it won't be. It would if it spirals down, you'll see Steve Nash gone, and that's not fair, like you said. But that's the power of those 3 players. That's what they have. So
it's almost like you have the tandem 3, and by the way, they're all having option years in their contracts next year. I think after next year, they're all free agents, which is scary.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Durant has any options.
No, Durant doesn't. The other 2, I think, do.
Yeah, especially
of course, Harden went on his Instagram and told the Houston fans, "Thank you for having me be there." I'm like, yeah, in what? What did you do the last couple months? You started on your tirade.
Yeah, you started your tirade and rant, and you got yourself traded.
And then the last straw was when they lost to the Lakers at home. He was like, "I really want to answer any questions." And then that's when Houston told him, "You know what? We had enough of you. See you later."
Yep. Oh, see you later.
So he's gone. But all right. At least the good news is the Celtics are back playing and they won. So
yeah,
hopefully the NBA will fix these hiccups and we'll see. Because I've also heard Detroit, Minnesota got postponed. So
yeah. Hopefully they fix it. Kemba Walker for the Boston Celtics are maybe a week or so. You may see him back in action.
Okay.
So,
but he was injured, right? Or
he was injured. Injured.
Okay, that's different. Okay.
But,
all right.
The Knicks aren't doing bad either.
I saw that. The Knicks are around the 500
They had a 3 or 4 game winning streak. And
they lost to Cleveland last night by 3. I saw 106-103.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So all right. So we got we got basketball out of there. So we have to talk about hockey starting on Wednesday.
Hockey time.
Hockey. The first couple of days. Unfortunately, the Dallas Stars will not be starting play until January 22nd because 17 out of the 27, from what I read on the report, were involved with COVID and they had to push back their season. They were supposed to play 2 games in Sunrise, Florida, but that got postponed. They were supposed to play the Tampa Bay Lightning tomorrow night. That's been postponed. Everybody seems to be playing a team 2 games in a row just to get it out of the way. I mean, it's very dicey this year. I mean, the NBA, they're traveling all over the place.
Yep.
Not in the NHL. Like Canada, you're playing all your games in Canada. You're not playing anywhere in the United States until you hit the Final Four, basically.
And ain't that going to be bubbled too?
Don't know.
Probably.
That's too early to tell. It all depends where we are at this point. But so far, I haven't heard any bubbles or anything like that. Some of the teams from this weekend so far, even my New York Rangers losing to the Islanders 5-0 on Thursday night. That was a game where we didn't show up, period.
No.
So the first period we were outplayed, and then that set the tone for the rest of the night, and the Islanders just had their A game on, and Semyon Varlamov had a 24-save shutout. So they're going to try again tonight, play the same team. They're playing the Islanders at Madison Square Garden, and then they play Tuesday against the New Jersey Devils. So,
yep.
Other teams that I've seen, Pittsburgh Penguins are supposed to have a decent team. No, they were outscored 11-5.
No,
jeez. 2 games by Philly. Yup, Philadelphia scored 11 goals in their first 2 games. The offense is up right now in the NHL. I mean, these teams, unlike the NBA, they got preseason. The NHL didn't have a preseason to start their season.
Yeah, but is this just because of no defense?
Yeah, first 2 weeks.
Because of no defense.
First 2 weeks, I think you're going to have no defense, and then after that, I think it's going to start to get better. I mean, you feel bad for the goaltending. Well, actually, last night I watched St. Louis play Colorado, and unfortunately, the St. Louis Blues didn't have an answer last night when they lost 8-0 to Colorado. But and they even tried their goaltender, who was from Helsinki, Finland. He gave up 4 goals on 9 shots, I think. So he didn't fare well.
No.
But I think as the season goes along, we just hope everything runs smooth. I mean, we haven't really heard anything crazy about who recently got tested positive for COVID. But so far there was a total of 27. But now you will find out which players have it. They kept it a secret during the training camps, but now they will share the names who will have it, and we just hope it goes well. But some of these teams have played 1 or 2 games, and we have games this afternoon and tonight. And I just found out on Monday, I got to take a 10-minute break from work because we have hockey. We have NBCSN's got like 4 hockey games in one day, and they got a game that starts at 12 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
On Monday, Columbus and Detroit. So
yeah,
but I'll get into it more with the other teams, how they're panning out and everything. The Tampa Bay Lightning hoisted their Stanley Cup banner halfway up. It didn't go all the way up right now. They decided they're going to wait until all the fans come, because all the arenas right now in sports, except for maybe 2, I saw the Arizona Coyotes had 3,500 fans at their game against San Jose.
Yep.
And I think Nashville had maybe 1,000 that were spread out, but everybody else are no fans. I think Canada's doing no fans at all this year.
Okay.
So
Smart.
That's as far as I know. But teams in the United States, for now, they're not having fans, but it may change as the season goes along. But, of course, we keep on spiking like we have been. You're not going to see fans at all.
Yeah.
They're already announcing about season tickets for next fall for 2021, 2022. So welcome to our pandemic world.
Yeah, we've done this for almost 9 to 10 months now. So
yeah, I know. It'll be a year in March.
Yep.
So, but that's what I got in hockey right now. So that's where we stand. So now the one thing we didn't discuss about was the college football championship.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it too much.
I did get to watch most of it, but once Alabama was dominating in the after the second quarter. I said, yeah, I think this is pretty much a done deal right off the bat. And it's another title for Nick Saban. That's
Nick
number
Saban,
7.
7. Yep.
I think he broke the record.
Yep.
With the titles now at 7. He's almost 70 years old.
Yeah, he looks good for 70. I don't think he's ever going to quit anytime soon.
No, I don't see him quitting for at least 5 more years at least.
Yeah.
Really, what more does he have to prove? But he's having way too much fun out there on the sidelines, even though he does get snappy with the media with questions. But, he took it in stride. But Alabama, the whole SEC, Joe, they managed to play a whole season, unlike the other conferences.
Yeah, they did. And not too many postpones or anything like that. It went pretty smooth.
Nope. I mean, Saban had to miss a game because he was tested positive, but that was it.
Yep. So,
but overall, congrats to Alabama. But Alabama fans in Tuscaloosa didn't see masks, and I saw way too many people out there celebrating.
Yeah, I know. Saw too many. No masks, no nothing.
No, of course not.
But Ohio State did keep it close in the first half. Quarter.
First quarter.
They didn't turn the ball over. At least, they didn't turn the ball over. They didn't really shoot themselves in the feet themselves. They just got outplayed. They got beat.
Yep. Outplayed and everything else.
And beat.
The only bad news was Devontae Booker broke his fingers, I think, but he wound up having a large game anyway. So at that point, they didn't really need him.
Yep. True.
So as crazy as it sounded. So, but so now college basketball gets the focus. Unfortunately for the women's basketball, another team has decided to done away with the season. Yup, University, the second ACC team actually in women's basketball, Virginia, decided to call it a season because they didn't have a game since December 13th and they couldn't control the situation. So the coach was like, you know what, the season's done.
Yep.
I'm like, oh boy, that's 2 teams now. We'll see who else. Hopefully we don't have any other issues or anything like that. But as these college students now go back into their dorms this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
To watch and see where we go from here. I mean, even high school sports in this area, we got the clearance for basketball, swimming, and hockey and cheerleading. Oh no, gymnastics, cheerleading, competitive dance, wrestling,
and indoor track.
Yep. But remember, this can all change in a hurry if everything starts going wrong again.
Yeah, it can. But at least they're going to give it a try. My sympathies to wrestling and football not going off this year.
Yeah, football was not going. They were trying to do it for spring football.
Are you sniffing a candle? What are you doing?
Air freshener.
There you go. On air, you're sniffing your hair freshener. That's great. That's a first.
Yeah.
Don't eat it.
Still many more firsts.
Don't eat the thing, okay? It may smell good. Do not eat it.
No, it's poison, so.
Yeah.
But,
your brother's calling. You want some
football advice? That's my cousin. No, that's my cousin.
He wants some football.
I'll be calling him after the show.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's going to be a 12-game basketball season. It's going to start February 8th. There is no state tournament, I don't think.
Nope. No, I don't think so, no.
So it'll be a league tournament if at best.
Yep.
So we'll take it in stride from there. What do we got left?
We got about 3 minutes. So? 3 minutes. 2
minutes? Good, okay.
2 minutes.
So we just hope everybody enjoys the football games over the weekend. You got college basketball going on. There is some afternoon hockey this afternoon with the Bruins and the Devils playing each other for the second time. And we're starting to golf is starting to get underway again. That's
Yep,
in
the
Hawaii.
Masters commercials are well
Yeah,
on
they're
their
already
way.
starting for April. They've already moved a golf tournament from Mexico to Florida so they can have fans because Mexico is not going to allow it. And then
Yep.
the PGA was like, "Yep, see you later. We're coming to Florida so we can have 5,000 fans."
Yeah.
So we're starting to get limited capacity, but you still can't overdo it right now. Vaccines are still coming out.
Yeah, they're actually doing the Patriot Stadium is being
Gillette
outfitted.
Stadium's holding one of those, yeah, and I think where the Cardinals play are doing the same thing as well.
Yep,
So they're
being
letting the
outfitted
football
for
facilities that
so they
can.
can do vaccines.
Yep.
But
So
yeah, just be safe out there, people, and
it's not done yet.
it's not done yet. It's not done yet. When you see me and Coachy in the same room, we'll be done. We'll be done.
That's right. When we're in the same room together, it's done. Then we got to wait for the green light, but it's not going to happen for a while. So
No, it's not.
So,
but
anyway,
just continue to watch us. Watch us on YouTube. Like our like us. Subscribe to Nutmeg Television. And stuff.
And on TV. I mean, we're not updated on episodes on TV, but you can watch one of our earlier
episodes. Watch updated episodes on YouTube. And enjoy.
Enjoy it because we've hit the 30 mark. So
we hit 30. We're 30 years old. We've come a long way.
We're 30 episodes old, not 30 years, or otherwise we'd have gray beards right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Put it that way.
Put it that way.
All right. Our time's up.
Our time's up. Okay. This has been your host, Joe Musel, for the Sportsman Show, enjoying sports as much as we can. All right. Go, Coachy.
Thank you. I'm Jason Coachy DeCarolis. Same thing here. Thank you so much for watching, and we will do this again next week. And enjoy the day in sports, folks.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.